Hey guys, Pickle Rick here from Llamaverse, back with another episode of Sailing the Open Sea for Llamaverse. This week we're going to talk about, obviously the big news, the sewer pass drop by YUGALABS. They've been talking about the game for a while now, so this has been a big drop people have been anticipating. We've been seeing some of the liquidity kind of flow back into the ecosystem, and we'll kind of touch base on how some of the announcements that came post drop, post claim, uh, kind of resulted in some additional price action. And we will also be talking about a kid called Beast. We saw that mint start this week. We'll talk about checks and help me debug this as well. Just a couple of unique projects that have launched over the past few days. Um, Make sure you do stay tuned to the end of the video because we will be doing a giveaway of $25 in USDC to 2 winners. Details on the requirements for the giveaway will be provided at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and jump in here. So the sewer pass did drop the other day. Yuga had been talking about the game drop. People, have been speculating how it's going to fit into the ecosystem, what comes next. The drop was a free claim for Bored Ape and Mutant Ape holders. We had been seeing some price action with kennels as well. People speculating some involvement there. We did see the tier 4 passes start around a 4.5 ETH floor, got up to as high as like almost 6 ETH. Tier 3s were here around 2.8. Tier 2, 1.8. Tier 1 started around like a 1.5 ETH floor. We saw a steady incline for all of them here in a short time after the claim started. There's about 27,000 potential claims here. So the more claims rolled in, the more people started listing. This is, essentially free money for Yuga Labs ecosystem holders, Bored Ape and Mutant Ape holders. So we saw the undercutting, saw tier ones. They touched, I saw some sales around 1.15 yesterday. Seems like that's where it kind of bottomed out and saw some support there before accumulating. All levels saw some accumulation after dipping nearly an ETH. We saw this get as high as 6 ETH, drop back down to 4.2. Here we saw tier 3 at 2.6. It doesn't seem like there were too many snipe opportunities. Everyone was listing theirs uh, pretty fairly according to where the tier was. Maybe here you could have got some, sniped at tier 2, but for the most part, there weren't too many snipe opportunities. And just when people were, starting to obviously, the game did start today, but people volume was slowing down. Initially, Bored Ape tweeted about the game about to go live. Saw a little uptick in volume there, and 30 minutes later, they threw out a teaser of what looks like some sort of mech suit for the kennels here. And this kind of just through everyone. Everyone started going crazy for this, and from there we just saw, this next spike in volume. Sales picked up. Tier ones went from like a 1.4 all the way to as high as 2.4 here. They're currently holding at that 2 ETH level. Tier 2s, tier 3, tier 4, they all pretty much hit like all-time high. People, playing the game already, so lots of you know volume here on the sewer pass. People talking about how getting a certain qualifying for a certain tier in the game, having your high score be a certain threshold, will determine the rarity of this mecha kennel. People speculating it'll be some sort of fusion or something like that, but kennels did retrace. They had dipped down to like 6 ETH, picked back up. People picked up some mutant apes on that dip as well. Um, yeah, so just lots of lots of liquidity here, just probably going to be flowing back into the NFT space in the next few days. We'll go ahead and move on to another project that's had some controversy around it, but the team has really done a good job of capitalizing on the exposure. A kid called B started their mint. Apparently what happened was they had a heavy over allocation, had some issues with the mint contract, was getting botted hard. They paused the mint, paused it around a 6,300 supply. Seems like there's about another 3,000 left to mint, and they've kind of just been trying to figure out how they want to resume, who should be able to mint, stuff like that. They held a Twitter space. Frank from D Gods made an appearance, and we've just seen this slowly going from, a 0.28 floor just accumulating and steadily rising. It was around a like a zero point 0.4 floor, kind of going back and forth here, and people slowly started to snipe certain traits. I know the rarity here doesn't really make a difference. That's not what people are going for. They're going for specific traits. So the Wag Me Way trait happens to be the most popular. You can see here the floor is currently 1.65, and it's not, people are legitimately purchasing. It's not, just diamond hands or something. People are really trying to get it this specific trait. We have Silicon Alley here, 0.72. We got 0.82 here. So just like different traits have different floors right now. The floor is really being set by the community. It's not, some sort of rarity based, um, advantage or anything like that. It's really just what the community has been vibing with. So make sure that, that's been happening a lot lately, where certain trait uh, floors are higher than others, and people are noticing it more. So definitely keep your eye out. Maybe you can snipe one of these that get listed low, especially when the full mint happens tomorrow, or well, it would be today when the video gets released. But people will potentially just be listing their beast at floor, not realizing that a trait might make a difference. Frank kind of went on and talked about how he doesn't really know what the FUD is about, but this is a perfect opportunity for them to capitalize on the exposure. Kind of gave him a marketing 101 during the space. They got Frank to, say Wag Me Way during the space as well. Caused a bit of a bit more price action here. Wag Me Way pushed over 1 ETH, and now you can see it's at 1.6. So, just a lot of factors that you don't normally think to take into account here. So if you did get in low, lots of opportunities to take some profit here. But definitely a project to keep your eye on, as there will be another 3K NFTs being added to this supply. Only 500 listed right now, but I'm assuming that a lot of these people who are going to be minting are probably going to be flipping just because they see how high the floor is. So we'll see how the team finalizes their list for mint, whether people are okay with the way they handle things, but people have been pretty supportive so far. Lots of people attending the spaces, lots of people talking about how much they love the art, strong community. So definitely something to keep your eye on. Another unique project that we've seen has been checks. It was dropped by Jack Butcher, artist. He has been getting a lot of support. Lots of derivs have been made of these checks. There will be a burning mechanism. It was one of those like open edition type of mints where, they're just open for a certain period. People liked the burning mechanic he talked about, so it ended up being that 16,000 got minted. On some of these unique art drops, something to keep in mind is people are wondering like, well, how if this acts as like a mint pass for future collections, how will it be determined who gets to mint or something like that? And so people are paying up to have like some of the early NFTs. So like you can see here, 0 through 99, the floor is 1 ETH. 0 to 9, you can see the floor is 12 ETH. There was a sale for 4.6 a few days ago. So lots of different factors people never really thought about coming into play here. You could see the above floor buys here. You could see number 14, so obviously that's why that went for there. But yeah, this is an interesting project to keep an eye on. It's on a dip right now. And of course, with the burning mechanic, you can see some more price action here. See another pump. It's at a good pullback. I think they had reached about 0.35 floor. So we could see it retrace to those levels once Jack talks a little bit more about the project. Lots of derivatives been made already for the checks, so it's just continuing to get more and more attention. People are loving the burning mechanic he's doing. More burning mechanics are being implemented into different projects. So, the trendsetters are usually the ones who see the best price action. And last project we'll talk about here is Help Me Debug This. We'll go ahead and take a look. Max called this in our server on January 1st. It was around a 0.42 floor price. The day before, they started out at like 0.06, pumped all the way to 0.7, had a pullback, and they pumped again. Great opportunity to get in here on Max's call, and they had another pullback. Max described, put out some information here regarding the token. Apparently, there's like some chance to win some royalties if you're delisted. So that's one of the reasons why the listings are so low. You can see here only 74 listed out of a 855 supply, still getting sales here. And then there was some more recent information. Max updated the call, gave us another good entry here. So 0.6, and we went to 0.96. Floor is currently at 0.8, so seeing another pullback here. But as you can see here on the 16th, it was like at a 0.4, 0.48, and just steadily been increasing. A few sales here above floor for rares, so just another project. Hasn't gotten too much attention yet, low supply. If they continue to progress this way, put out more information, make some more bullish announcements, could see uh, more bigger names, maybe whale sweeps and stuff like that. So continue to monitor this project. Make sure you do your own research as well, as these are higher entry points. So only risk what you're willing to lose. Do your own research, and we will circle back next week, maybe touch base on some of these projects, how they've progressed, and see what other projects have come out over the next few days. For that giveaway that we are doing, let me know what you think, how you think the sewer pass will work in the ecosystem. Comment below how you think the kennels fit in, what you think is going to happen, and make sure you include your Twitter handle. We will be picking 2 winners, and they will get a DM on Twitter, um, so that we can get the $25 in USDC sent over to them. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week.